Hi, this is John Propheter, Field Agronomist with Pioneer. Today I want to talk about monitoring Western Bean Cutworm Moth flights in our area of central and south central Nebraska. In recent years we've seen an increased amount of Western Bean Cutworm Moth flight patterns in the area, as well as extended moth flight patterns and subsequent increased amount of Western Bean Cutworm larva feeding in corn. This larva feeding can not only decrease yields but also decrease grain quality where infestations are not controlled in season. One of the best ways we've found to really guide our scouting for the Western Bean Cutworm egg masses and larvae in a field is utilizing these pheromone traps to be able to capture the adult moths. These particular traps contain a Western Bean Cutworm specific pheromone lure that attracts the adult moths into the trap, and then these moths are actually captured in a bucket with an insecticide strip in order to be able to count these on a daily or a weekly basis. As we look at our heat unit accumulation here in Nebraska in this area right now, we can look at when these moths will be predicted to come into the area. Right now we're looking at about the first week of July, expecting these moths to initially come in. So we want to be able to have these traps in place by July 1st or before that. As we look at placement, we can place these 2 per field location, ideally one in the southwest and one in the northeast corner of the field to capture the pheromone going across the field with prevailing winds. I like to use a field signpost to hang the bucket trap on about 4 feet off of the ground using an eye bolt, and then it's a good idea to also zip tie this trap to the post so it doesn't get moved around in the wind a lot. I recommend replacing the pheromones and the insecticide strips every 2 weeks. As we get a lot of moths collected in there, you can check these traps about once per week, but as we get into heavy moth flights, we probably need to be checked about once every day or every couple of days to make sure the bucket doesn't fill up too much. We can accumulate this data, really get a good idea of when these moths are coming into the area, the amount of moths that are potentially being out in fields and laying egg masses, to be able to guide our scouting for infestation levels in the field and egg mass levels to make those treatment threshold decisions in season. Stay tuned for a future video on how to scout for the Western Bean Cutworm egg masses and to make those treatment threshold decisions. Thank you.
That concludes this Pioneer Growing Point Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more agronomy insights.